Hello everyone, welcome to playing Enter the Gungeon every single day until we get news about Enter the Gungeon 2, Episode 3. I am your Jake, playing Enter the Gungeon once again today. And today, we will be playing the Convict. In the last episode, we have gotten all of the parts of the bullet that can kill the past, which is a little bit crazy. Got that all in Episode 2. And I'm just gonna go ahead and buy what I think is the most pleasing. I like hot lead, heart locket's okay. I like mailbox a lot. Do I have enough money to get them all? Does not seem so. I'll just get one health up. It's cool. Yeah, so today we're playing the Convict. Hate to say it, probably my least favorite of the main characters. Sorry, a window opened on my PC. Mainly because her starting pistol only has like 5 bullets in it. I don't know why that got paused again. That was a little cringe. Starting pistol only has 5 bullets. It's pretty annoying. Not very accurate. Her main ability requires you to get hit for it to activate. I do like the shotgun though. Shotgun's pretty nice. Yeah. How are you guys doing today? I'm recording these all in advance, but I will be interacting with the comments whenever I see comments. As I said in the previous episode, I was planning on watching The Royal Tenenbaums. What a fantastic movie. That movie is so good. So silly. Got that Wes Anderson weirdness to it. You know, I like me some Wes Anderson weirdness. I'm kind of like Owen Wilson. I'm just like Owen Wilson in that movie. Minus all the drug use, but I tend to think that I have that sort of off-putting nature to myself. That off-putting swagger. Yoink. Yeah. Honestly, with the summer going on, I find myself at a crossroads of having too much time on my hands and not enough time on my hands. I think it's just because it's right now it's the weekdays, and the majority of my work is on the weekend, i.e. movie theater work. No one sees movies on weekdays anymore. It's kind of strange. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are like my main free days, so that's where I've been recording a lot of these episodes, getting them out of the way. Brown chest is so awesome. Love to see a brown chest early on. Yeah. Speaking of movie theater job, I gotta say, Devil Wears Prada 2 is probably the most exhausting any of my shifts have ever been in my entire life. I work in a movie theater bar, one that praises themselves for being, a fancy location. So, that means the main audience of that theater are people that would be going out of their way to see Devil Wears Prada 2 and dressing up and drinking their alcohol because, God forbid, you see a movie, a 2-hour-long movie. It's really not that long, God forbid you see a 2-hour-long movie and remember the movie. You gotta be drunk the whole time and forget it. But, girls' night. I get it. I see the appeal. Wow, okay. Major stinkage. 2 brown chests to start the run. I'll just, I'll just go screw myself, because the game wants this one to... They want this run to be a little bit harder than the previous two. But it's okay. I'm okay with that. Free oubliette is nothing to scoff at. Secret room's not there. Maybe down here? Okay, so they're not going to give me an easy secret room. It's definitely not in the shop. Ooh, do I do the boss with no... I think I do. Yikes! And it's a hard one to do. Not really. It's just I don't have a lot of distance, you know? Eh, who cares? If I get hit, that means I get to show off the convict's specialty, the item where you get a little extra damage if you get hit. But, you know, getting hit on Bullet King is always a little bit embarrassing. That's why it's not going to happen, you know? That's why that's not going to occur today. You know why? Because I'm not a female dog, if you know what I'm saying, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. A bitch! I'm not a bitch! Kind of just talking out my ass. I'm very curious on what movie I'm going to be watching next. I think I mentioned in the previous episode, I tried to watch The Big Lebowski with my roommate, and then I passed out because of how exhausted I was. That may be a tonight thing. Or I may watch a Japanese movie of some sort. I found that watching a Japanese movie with no subtitles, while difficult for me, is just a great studying experience. I don't know if I've explained myself on this, but I'm a Japanese language learner. I'm trying to get better at the language with time. You know, that's a good gun. I like the light gun. Compared to what I had, I think that's usable. Honestly, I really don't want either of the brown chests. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. They kind of screwed me over this time around. I'll just do oubliette and get better chests. Hope for the best on that. I didn't use any blanks on that fight, which is very, very nice. Maybe here? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Now we move on to the oubliette. And we keep this run going. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I'm kind of on a multi-track brain right now. It's, I find with the summer, with my free time, it's just like, I'm simultaneously the most busy person ever and the least busy person ever. Does anyone ever feel that way? Anyone feeling like they're tweaking at all times? Ain't that life, though, you know? Life's about tweaking and pretending you're not tweaking all the time. Can I get an amen, folks? Except you guys can't hear me. You can hear me, but you can't respond to me in the moment. You'll respond to me a few days in advance. The way that I'm recording these videos is at least a few days in advance, so that I have a pretty decently sized buffer, because, you know, life does get busy. It's very, chaotic with stuff and such. So I'm giving myself a decent amount of time to, get these edited, finished, you know, thumbnails and such. YouTube's a full-time job. People be making fun of YouTubers being like, oh, it's not a real job. It low-key kind of is a real job. At least if you're, like, putting effort in. Nah! Well, finally got hit, so I get to show off the ability. But yeah, that's the ability of the convict. If you get hit, you get a free little damage boost. The thing is, once you get a little better at this game, getting hit is not like a nice incentive. You really don't want to get hit. Like, especially on the boss fights, the only place in which like the damage boost would be like really, really appreciated. You really want that damage boost then. But other than that, like for a regular room clear, a little bit of a damage boost is really not super impactful, to say the least. I don't know. Okay, I didn't even realize there's a grenade bat. That's unfortunate. I'm just gonna use this because I don't wanna mess with this room anymore. I think this is probably my least favorite, like, oubliette room generation. There's just so much crap happening constantly. And for a character like Convict, where you don't have a lot of range, it's just unfun. It's a little unfun if you're catching my drift. I hate these guys in particular. They're very annoying enemy to deal with, no matter what, even if you are overpowered. That's really nice. I like myself that green chest. I say I fancy that quite a bit. Uh-oh. That was pretty stupid of me. Once again, you guys get permission to publicly execute me after a performance like that. You know, in the grand scheme of things, I'm your guys' court gesture. Not gesture. I'm your court jester. I'm doing a little song and dance for you guys. Maybe you guys get to throw some shillings at my feet. Scrambler's really nice. Scrambler's a great gun. You know, I need Java to stop telling me there's an update available. Ooh, that's the... Is that the one that shoots the... We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, no, Scrambler's a great gun to always pick up. It's just very, very good at room clearing because those little homing things. Meaning, I don't have to think nearly as much about where I'm shooting at or who I'm shooting at. I just gotta shoot. And then it does the work for me. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Ain't that convenient? And I think I'll open this too. Okay. Amulets are always really nice. Always like them because it gives you a little bit, it gives you an extra blank for every floor you go to. Which, you know, you can never have enough blanks. That sucks that I got hit there. That's cool. I'm playing the character that wants to get hit. I need to get into the mindset of, you know, getting hit's okay. Getting hit's actually, in fact, quite cool. All the kids are doing it. Have you guys seen that kids are smoking the hantavirus? I saw recently that the hantavirus actually shrinks your member by 3 inches. Which, if that's true, I'm cooked. I'm ruined. I'm becoming a woman very soon. Alright. Get this chud. Get this chud out of here. He's never even lived a life. Never lived a full life. You know, I envy Blobby Lord. If only I could get hit during his fight one time. Don't look at the previous episode. That never happened. That doesn't occur. I just want to let you know that's a complete irregularity for me. I never get hit for this fight. You know why? Okay. Apparently it's not an irregularity, it's just the norm going forward. Because I'm not good. I'm bad at the game, unfortunately. You see, even with the little damage boost I got from getting hit there, he's still, like... He's still living for a lot longer than I want him to. Please get out of here. May have to bite the bullet and buy some health. They gave me a full heart. What'd they give me? Trash cannon. Synergy's pretty nice. What's the synergy? With junk? Yeah. That makes sense. I do have a little bit of extra stuff. I'm assuming secret room's right here. Wow. Very surprising, actually. Right here? Here. Dang. Nobody want you FR. I will get the crest just in case we want to do that stage. I'll probably get hit, if I'm being honest. With my track record and with how this character incentivizes you to play, I will most likely get hit. But that's really nice. Thank you, God. Bless up. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's fine. I got the Scrambler. I can room clear for free. But yeah, since I got the bullet to kill the pass in the last episode, a whole lot of content has opened up for me, especially on these next few floors. Maybe if we're super duper lucky, we'll run into either of the events, but there's okay. I forgot that I have the nod key to unlock now. That's very cool. Okay, so from this point on, I can now start to unlock some of the side characters in the game, which is very, very exciting. And I can unlock, you know, the rat route, which the rat route's gonna take me a hot minute to get to. And honestly, I'm a little scared to unlock the rat route and then bullet hell and all the later parts of this game, because I've played the early parts of this game thousands and thousands of times. I know the exact room layouts to look out for. Bullet hell and rat, that's where the game starts to get a little bit scary, especially rat punch out. I think you guys are gonna be a little embarrassed to be associated with me whenever you see my punch out performance, because I'm good at Gungeon, bro. I'm not good at punch out. It's not my skill set. Not my house, bro. Not my house. Have you guys been on the Tomodachi Life grind recently? I could get the ability to suck dudes off if I felt like it. I'm not feeling it right now. Nope. GTFO. Get out my house. Get out my lobby, boy. Blue chest again, man. You know, maybe one day I'll get a black chest, and whenever I get a black chest, I'll soy pog off my gourd, you know? So, you know, black chests are genuinely exciting. At least later on, whenever you get all the cool stuff. Early on, it's like, it's alright. I could be getting this item mixed up with Risk of Rain. I know it's not 57 leaf clover. Is it just 4 leaf clover? Wow, two blue chests. The ladies love me. And by the ladies, I mean Gungeon. The Gungeon loves me, but in a sick, twisted sort of way. But no, there's a item that you get later on in the game where, after you get that item, every single chest you get is either a black or a red chest, and those runs are so good. So ideal. Love to see it. Giving me ammo out the wazoo, which is crazy. Okay. Doink. Doink. Yep. It's free. It's free, folks. Never have to worry about anything. And here's the... Do I want to go here? Because I got the crest there. We'll see. We'll see how this boss goes. We'll see, look at that. I know my layout. We'll see how this boss goes. We'll see if I'll, no-hit it. If I no-hit it, then I'll have enough health to go through, Yikes! Does not look like I'm no-hitting this. Actually, I could do that. He's gonna eat it immediately. I'm getting pretty decent damage done, so I think it's possible. Plankton time. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, folks. No hit Amoconda. Okay. Amoconda forever. Stupid. Hey. You know, I think Abbey of the True Gun may be doable this time around. Doink. Doink. And I'm at least playing a character where if I do get hit at the Abbey of the True Gun, I get some benefit. I get something for it. I think I'll feed my trash cannon and the sawed-off, because I do not like the sawed-off. I love shotguns. That one's way too poopy. Is that Phoenix? Yeah. Dang, I'm getting all the synergies this time around. That's pretty cool. Get out of my lobby. It's a shame the Phoenix does, like, no damage. And I don't think I'm going to be opening this either. Hate to say it. Hey! Only benefit. Only expressed benefit has been seen here. No secret room. Secret room may be to the south or the east. Perhaps. No. Gonna just check the nipple. Always check the nipple. Because you get 2 free green chests. Shadow bullets. Always nice to see. And wow, that's a health up. Yeah, we're going to the Abbey of the True Gun easily. Zero reason not to at this point. I have so much health to fall back on. It's just not even funny. Yeah. Once again, very good run so far. Nothing to really scoff at. So, this is the Abbey of the True Gun. I'd say it's probably one of the hardest of the alternate floors. Because this is one of the main places where jammed enemies show up. If I get hit by those black bullets, I take double damage. It's very scary. And the final boss of this stage also does jammed. It has a jammed chance. Where I take double damage, and it's so awesome and cool. It's very fair. It is fair. I don't know why I'm being saucy. You guys ever read Romeo and Juliet? I sure hope so. It's a literary classic. But I love that one line in Romeo and Juliet where Lord Capulet calls Romeo a saucy boy. Is that table tech money? Holy crap. Hate to say it, folks, the run just gets better and better. I'm about to be the richest man known to live. Yikes. You know, if I knew I was gonna get table tech money, I would have bought a little bit of money off the rat key there. I mean, I guess hindsight's the worst practice here. There was no way. That's free money! Okay, if you guys are not aware, which I have been putting item descriptions on the screen every time I pick up an item specifically. I haven't been doing it for guns. Let me know in the future if you... I'm just buying Omega bullets. Omega bullets are great. Let me know in the future if you'd like me to do so. But I haven't been putting the description for guns because it's just kind of self-explanatory. I pick up a gun, I fire the gun, you see what it does. Like, you don't really need a full description. If it's like a really weird gun in the future, like the strafe gun, I will put a little descriptor down. But let me know if you guys like those item descriptions that I put on the screen. I've been putting a little extra effort in editing little transitions in for those because it's like, you know, I think it looks nice. I think it looks real pretty when it comes up. I've also been doing a little funny edits, a little bit. Might be YouTube Shorts farming after I get a decent amount of episodes out, because, you know, whenever I did YouTube back in the day, YouTube Shorts didn't exist because, you know, like the whole wave of TikTok never hit. But the YouTube Shorts nowadays for YouTubers, I imagine it's just like genuinely free content or free views, view farming. I'm thinking later on, whenever I have a lot of videos out, I can make like a little informative shorts being like, did you know that this gun does this and it has this synergy? You know, because like, I'm being honest, I thought I was above YouTube Shorts viewers for a decent chunk of my life, but as I've grown older, i.e. deleted TikTok off my phone, it's really hard to not watch YouTube Shorts, you know? You know, because YouTube's just always putting them right there in your face and shit. You're like, you know, I want some short form content for my dopamine-ridden brain. Can't even hate. That's how society has become. Where are my chest rooms? I have one chest room. I have another one probably down here. Give me some money, pretty please. Trick or treat, give me trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. Fun fact, Quentin Tarantino made that phrase. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. And he actually told it to Margot Robbie every time they filmed a new movie. And Margot's like, no, Quentin, I don't want to smell your feet. And he's like, well, looks like I have to smell your feet. Once again, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, yikes! Okay. Yeesh! I need to stop saying yikes every time I get hit. I'm thinking of one video in particular where the guy's like, oh, yikes, 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 yikes! I can find it. Ooh. That's the first trap room you guys get to see where I'm actually just the dumbest person ever. Oh, man. Oh, man. Super Space Hero Turtle's a really funny item. I don't think I have the other turtle item, but there's a synergy later on in the game where if you get both the turtle items, you just get 1,000 turtles everywhere, and they're all shooting crap. But this is the Old King, I think is his name? Yeah. He's super cringe. I'm just gonna blank that. I'm not even dealing with it. If you can't tell already from his bullet patterns, he's effectively the Bullet King, just annoying and dumb, and harder spread patterns because he has that, and it's, ooh, yeesh. And I am honestly incredibly fortunate to have the items that I have so far. If I'm being honest with you guys, I'm not a fan of this boss. It's very difficult. I'm not a fan of doing it ever, and it doesn't really give you that much benefit for doing it in the first place, so I usually just don't even bother. And it's like, you gotta fight it at least once. But man, is it a hard fight. And it unlocks a item that I don't really like, if I'm being honest. Bloodied Scarf is interesting to say the least. It kind of alters your entire way of playing the game. I have table tech money. I'm a little short to get that key. Maybe, just maybe, there's a room where I haven't flipped the tables and I can get a little bit more cash flow. A little more cash flow in my pocket. Dang, are there really no rooms with tables left over for me? Because I would like to open that synergy chest if at all possible. Yeesh, it's not looking good, guys. It is really not looking... Do these count as tables? They don't. Give me some money.
Wah, wah, wah.
Are you kidding me? That really sucks. I think I'm 1 coin short of being able to open this. Or 1 shell short. Please, no. Are you for real? Ah. Can't have them all. Sayonara. You know, I just did all that for an extra boss item, but it's okay. Oh, I didn't even check for secret rooms. Watch it be in here. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. So, on this stage specifically, this guy will ask you a question. I don't think it really matters which one you answer with. I'm going to say, oh, what's 9 plus 10? 21?
21?
I was indeed thinking of 9. And then he gives you free stuff. That is a really nice item to pick up. The first item I picked up just gives you extra keys as you play the game. I think it just ups the amount of key drops, which is really good, because that's honestly the main thing I've been hurting for this run. Not hurting for health in any way, not hurting for damage in any way. I've got the 2 familiars, which are really, really carrying me in a lot of ways right now. Scrambler was a nice pickup. That's honestly the reason why I'm winning the run as much as I am. Free blink pickup. I will never hate on a free blink pickup. Yeah, once again, very good run going. I was a little nervous starting this series because I thought, like, oh man, I haven't played Gungeon in so long. If I play this game, I'm gonna just not do good. Like, I'm gonna completely flop on every run possible. But that's not the case. I'm actually doing very, very well, and it's been a pleasant surprise, to say the least. I'm happy that it's gone so well. Bullet to kill the past within 2 runs is something I've been kind of glazing myself about, because it's like, holy crap, I did that in 2 runs when many people, you know, I think that's just the #1 issue with my runs. I glaze myself too much, and then as soon as I glaze myself, I get hit. Which, you know, I never go, I never really get truly punished for getting hit, if I'm being honest. It's still humbling, to say the least. You talk big game, and then the big dogs eat you up. Ain't that the truth? Am I right, or am I right, folks? Just gonna spitball what I'm currently thinking of. What movie should I watch tonight? Like I said earlier, I might finish The Big Lebowski, because that was my main thing I left off on. But I also really want to go through more Kiyoshi Kurosawa movies. Might watch Pulse. Heard that one's pretty good. Not as good as Cure. I'm also just saying stuff I've heard in the past. But Cure was a really good movie. I watched that a few days ago. I love when a movie is just fully engaging to, like, the biggest extent. Like, you're never bored in any form or fashion while you're, like, watching the movie. You're completely locked in. I'd say probably the best example of this so far in, like, my movie maxing journey has been Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia. That movie is fantastic. It deserves all of the praise that it gets. And honestly, I think it's a little bit wild that Tom Cruise didn't win the Oscar for that. Because he plays Andrew Tate before Andrew Tate was, you know, a male influencer. And I think it's just so funny. I think he respects the cock. Might I just say, his stage presence is insane. When he's on screen, you want to respect his cock. In brutal honesty. He's a Scientologist now, so it's a little unfortunate. But do you guys agree, or do you guys believe the notion that he's the 3rd floor boss in the Scientology building? Because I know you guys have been seeing those Scientology raids. I think if I were to have to fight Tom Cruise, I would just be so fucked. He might fuck me, in all honesty. It's like, how dare you come into my domain? I'm sorry, Mr. Cruise, it's just... If you really think about it, the Scientology raids are the closest thing we have to, like, a roguelike in real life. It's a procedural roguelike in which they're constantly getting more and more content because they're getting further and further. I love the D-pad. D-pad's a great item. If you guys are not aware, whenever you finish the D-pad, whenever you shoot all the bullets out of it, it spawns a free little item for you. I'm gonna just buy the armor because it's funny. I'm gonna buy the key because it's funny. And I think we just go ahead and do that boss here real fast. How much Scrambler ammo? I'll use the D-pad. Mind Flayer, and they gave me the good room generation, which is really nice. Mind Flayer is a boss where they're either a complete joke or genuinely pretty difficult in a lot of ways. They gave me this room generation, in which I can just hide behind this constantly, and then I don't have to worry about anything. Which is pretty nice. I would love to see that. Yeah. Effectively, if you get this room generation, just hide behind the pillars. Use them to the best of your extent. I think that's my biggest advice to anyone starting this game for the first time. Just use cover to the greatest ability you can. That sucks. Die, pretty please. Awesome. Once again, another boss fully untouched. Or, I've been untouched while fighting the boss. And then I'll just use the final 9 bullets. And it gave me a red chest! That's why D-pad is awesome. I think this is Zilla? Yeah. This is my new room clearer, I believe. Yeah, great run so far. Very, very nice. Gonna just go ahead and search for a secret room. I do have a lot of blanks at my disposal, and a lot of keys. I might as well just open this too. More health. More the merrier. Love to see it. I'll just blank in here. Nope. Blank in here. Nope. Those are the two obvious places. Maybe in here? Yikes. One more shot. One more shot. You're calling my name. I suppose it was not calling my name. But now we move on to stage 4. This is, might I say, I don't know if I want to say it's the best run yet. It's a pretty damn good run. I've barely gotten hit as the character where you want to get hit. Which, you know, that's great. Love to see that. And it's not because, like, I don't know. This is why I'm not the biggest fan of the convict. It's like, your main game plan is to get hit, but under ideal conditions, if you're playing like a white boy with sauce, you won't be getting hit like that. You'll be going through the run completely unscathed. But you know, I have a good set of items that just kind of, I'm never punished, no matter what. It would have to take for me to literally fall asleep at the keyboard to lose this run so far. The thing I'm mainly worried about is the Convict's Pass. I do gotta say, it's a little bit of a Hotline Miami reference, which is pretty cool. Love me some Hotline Miami. Fun fact. Yikes. Got hit. Embarrassing. Where is this dude? Hello? There we are. Fun fact, Hotline Miami are the only games I have on Steam that are fully 100% completed. I know I've said that this game is fully 100% completed for me. That's not entirely true. I'm missing out on like one of the sub-achievements, not the ones that are required for you to unlock items, just a Steam achievement, like, you know, the kill enemies with falling chandeliers, kill enemies while you're riding in minecarts. I never really bothered with those achievements, because, you know, even with the amount of hours I have in the game, I was just like, you know, I'll get it eventually. And killing enemies while you're riding in a minecart is just like, I don't know, man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to farm runs in which I'm riding in a minecart. I'm just taking damage out the wazoo because I don't care anymore. Gas mask is cool. I think that's just fire immunity. Or, like, poison immunity if I'm stepping on it. World Bomber's great. Copper Amulet's great. I have just infinite money right now. And infinite money just means you have a infinitely good run, because you're never gonna be hurting for anything. You lose all your health? Tough luck, buddy. Just go to the shop and buy more stuff. Like, there's absolutely no downsides to having a lot of money. That gun in the shop, the little bomber, has one of the best synergies in the game, because it effectively turns your bombs that you shoot into golden bombs. making it so that you just get infinite money. Infinite money glitch, call that shit a fish. For those who know. That's a little elite Jake Ball knowledge if you know that one. I'll bring up the fish question on a later episode. It's a those who know thing. Yeah, I'm kind of brain off here. If you had to drink one beverage for the rest of your life, what do you think it would be? Or rather, no, I'll ask you this question. I've seen this online and I'm a very big fan of it. If you, on one of your hands, each 5 fingers could dispense a different kind of liquid, drinkable or not drinkable, what 5 liquids would you choose to want to dispense from each of your fingers? I think your answers really tell a lot about you as a person. Personally speaking, I think if you don't have one of your fingers produce, like, gas for your car, if you do drive a car, that is, it's just financially irresponsible. Because free gas, dude? Can you imagine what you could do with free gas for the rest of your life? You could drive across the whole country. Absolutely zero cost to traveling. That is, unless it's overseas, but even then, at that point, contact the airplane company, say, hey bro, I got you. Let me stick my finger in your engine hole, pause, and fill you up, double pause. Honestly, if you had free gasoline to shoot from your fingers at all times, I think the United States government would just kill you. Because they're like, there is no fucking way the economy is crashing, or we're losing out on this much of a moneymaker just because this kid can shoot gas out of his finger. Yeah, so gas, number 1. That's the best choice. Number 2, well, I mean, water, obviously, if you want to be pedantic about it. It's the sauce of life. And people are thinking, oh, well, if you're dispensing water from your fingers, wouldn't that be like your own bodily fluids? I don't think so. The way that I think of the question is that your fingers are effectively portals to like an endless amount of that liquid. And by using the liquid dispenser out of your finger, you have just an infinite usage of it. So if you're getting water, it's not water from your own body, it's just clear, clean water that you can shoot out whenever. Do I want to get the copper amulet? No harm, no foul, I think. I'll get the little bomber on a different run. I think the more damage on my blinks is a little more beneficial at this current moment. And then killing the boss. Honestly, probably the Zilla. The Zilla is just good. Good free damage no matter what. Oh crap, I think I just changed the aspect ratio. No, I just moved the thing. I'm just blinking there. Not even dealing with it. Maybe if I lock TF in here, I can no-hit the High Priest. Yikes. Just blinking that. That shot that he just did is it's a homing bullet. But in comparison to other homing bullets in the game, it's one of the hardest ones to dodge. If I remember right, I'm blanking there. I'm kind of balling on a budget here. Ooh, I think I get here. No, I dodged the wrong way. That sucks. I almost no-hit the High Priest. I'll do it in one of these runs, for sure. It's coming up on it. We're coming up on it, you know? Yeah, pretty good 4th floor. I used all my blanks in that fight because, not gonna lie, genuinely scary fight. Yeah, we move on to the next one. Kind of a breeze, you know? I've been breezing like fart. Oh, continuing the finger question. Gasoline, pure water. And I mean pure as in, like, drinkable water, not like deionized water, because if it was deionized water, it would take all the electrolytes out of your body and kill you, most likely. For me personally, probably milk. I'm a bit of a milkman. I grew up drinking milk every single morning. That's why my bones are so strong. I've never broken a bone in my entire life. People that hate on milk drinkers, just say you're calcium inefficient, bro. Just say you've got no calcium in your soul. You know me, I was born with that calcium. And I strengthened that calcium over time through my extensive milk drinkage. Yeah, probably milk number 3 for me. And then, after that, a nice crisp Dr. Pepper finger. Also pretty good. And you'd think, like, you know, if you have a finger that dispenses infinite Dr. Pepper, you're probably gonna get sick of it over time. I don't think so. Because, Dr. Pepper is kind of the sauce of life. At least in my vision. I don't know how that guy didn't, like, lunge at me there. I really should have gotten hit there. Dr. Pepper's the sauce of life if you care about living, you know? Ooh, you love to see that. You love to see a red chest there. I'm just gonna open it. Alpha and Omega bullets, I'm pretty sure it's a synergy. I cannot tell you what the synergy does at this current moment, but I know it's pretty good. I know it's a pretty good synergy. I know it's just gonna make this run even more unlosable. All things. Can't say all things considered. That's one that I'm noticing I say a lot in these videos. I do say all things considered a hefty amount of times. But, you know, I just think that means I'm considerate. Because I do be considering all things at all times. Now, finger number 5. Got gas, water, milk, Dr. Pepper. Finger number 5 is where it starts to get real hard. This is where I hear the most creative answers. Because, like, this is where the true personality is shown. My aunt, she said, like, snake venom. I'm like, what the hell? Why would you ever want a snake venom finger? This is annoying. That icon effectively means that it's guaranteed to be, like, the bomb fuse guy, which he is a pain in the butt. One of the hardest characters to... one of the hardest mini-bosses. There's like 2 or 3 mini-bosses in this game, and he sucks. I'm overpowered, so I'll just fight him, like, right now, but... You know, there's few bosses in this game where it feels like I'm almost guaranteed to get hit. He is one of them, where it's like, if I'm not doing the best, I'm probably gonna get hit and lose a run to this guy. Which I'm already pretty decently good right now, so... Might no-hit this. Wow, I need to just shut my frickin' trap. Almost no-hit it. It just gives me a bunch of hearts? Come on, man. Give me a little more. Don't be shy, put some more. I've been a good boy. Yeah, no, but my aunt said snake venom as a response to that question, which is just like... Brother, what do you need snake venom shooting out of your finger for? Are you trying to kill people? I mean, me too. But not, like, with poison. Joking. Never killed anyone before. I had to really make sure I didn't get hit while doing that bit. I wanted to just stare at the screen, like... unfailing, but you know, I've got a run to win. Ah. Yeah, that. What, even get hit? Oh, I'm on fire. That makes more sense. That one might be one of my least favorite rooms in the game. The rooms that have the lead cubes along with the hammers that slam down, it's just excessive, dude. I don't need all that. I don't need all that action going on. Green gun. Fire hand. 2d6 plus int mod. Do you get it, guys? It's a D&D reference. Aw. I love D&D. I actually do, indeed, really love D&D. I'm currently in the middle of a campaign in which I'm playing a... had to think about it. A Tabaxi Artificer. Armor Artificer, specifically. And dude, might I say, Artificer, I'm just gonna take the damage and shrug it off, doesn't even matter. Artificer gotta be one of the most slept on classes in all of D&D history. So fun. At least if you get the right Artificer class. It's unfortunate because the thinking, using my brain for a second. It's unfortunate because the Alchemist, that's what it was. The Alchemist Artificer is just so stinker. And it sucks because I love alchemists in fiction. Fullmetal Alchemist is a fantastic show. I think the concept of alchemy is really, really cool, but it's just such a hard thing to adapt to a tabletop RPG like Dungeons and Dragons. Like, turning an element into another element of similar mass. Banger idea. So cool. But in a game like D&D where you're playing with other people, not really doing a whole bunch of selfish actions, that is, unless you're playing a fighting character. Skull emoji? Joking. Fighting character. I mean, like a... You know, disregard what I'm saying. But the idea for the Alchemist is there. In practice... Yeesh, it's a little unfortunate. I had a friend that played an Alchemist Artificer in her very first time playing D&D. And it's rough because you want to do so much, but you can't do nearly as much as you think you'd be able to do. It's like, okay, cool, I get to make like 1 potion a day. Big whoop. It's a potion that barely does anything ever. It's like, oh, plus D4 to a dice roll or something like that. I'm just burning through my blanks. I don't even care. Honestly, the hammer's probably not the best gun to be using here. What could I use that's better? I'll keep using the Zilla. Zilla's just a lot of damage for free, if I remember right. I'm gonna try my hardest not to get hit for this one. It'd be real cool to get that unlock. Doink. Yeah, Zilla was a whole lot more damage there. I don't know why I was using the hammer. Also, my turtle's just the goat, man. He's just row pumping the damage out for free. Okay, and then sideways and sideways and up. Risky, but it's cool. Yeah, we two-phased that. I think that's a no-hit dragon. If I play my cards right. I'm just gonna blink there. Blink during the easiest part of the fight. Hate to say it. I'm washed, but I'm not washed because that's a no-hit dragon right there. I played really good today. I dodged all my stuff except for the High Priest. I almost got turtle problem. Okay, that's the item I was talking about earlier. Very cool, very awesome. And now we get to go fight the Convict's Past. Hotline Miami reference. Very excited. I wish I kind of played Hotline Miami music. Because I gotta say, Hotline Miami music is so good. I love that whole soundtrack as a whole. Specifically, Trilogy by Carpenter Brute. That shit is so good. I love that sort of dark synth feel to it. I want to buy that album on vinyl eventually. I don't think I ever mentioned what my fifth finger would be. I'm still thinking about the finger question. Oh no! We're hosed! Our table! It's broken! I don't think that table's broken. That table's gonna break from how much money's on it. That table not broke. It was broke, now it's paid. If you're catching my drift. Yeah, stop yapping. I'm flipping the desk, dumbass. You're pissing me off. It plays a little bit of Hotline Miami music. Yeah. I'm about to blow up this whole place. Black Stash. Ain't that the guy that started World War II? World War I. And it's the Black Hand. Come on, dude. I'm a chud. I'm a stupid idiot chud. Yeah. This fight isn't hard by any means. It's just kind of... There's not a whole lot of bullets actually, like, hitting you. It's just a guy kind of chilling around. Also, it feels like his health kind of melts away in a lot of ways. Can I no-hit it? We'll see if I no-hit it, because I'm so cool and good at the game. Officially the most cracked Gungeon player ever to exist nowadays. I'm just blanking there. Not even bothering with it. That was a little spooky. Yikes! Yeah. Honestly, my number one advice to anyone who is playing this game and they're like, man, I'm struggling, I can't get any runs to get off the ground. Don't rely on dodge rolls too much. Because a lot of the time that you're getting hit, it's because you dodge rolled in an unfortunate manner. You see a little go-to car, it's like Hotline Miami. Oh my gosh. And I get in the car and I drive away like Hotline Miami. Play Hotline Miami 1 and 2. Very good games. And with that, that is today's run. Completely over, finished, and cooked up for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Next day, we'll be playing the pilot for the first time. Hopefully going through and beating his past. I'm very excited. I look forward to it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.